Hey guys, so Apple's HomePod wireless voice-enabled Siri speaker is now available for purchase at apple.com, and you all have a lot of questions about it. So we went to Twitter and asked you to send us specific questions that we would answer in this video. So that is exactly what we're gonna do right now. So first up, we have a question from Paraniti. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. You are at Indian Fandom, and your question is, how does it fare against the Google Home Max? So that is a great question. They're really, really close, which makes it a little bit difficult as far as a buying decision. But the Google Home Max is a little bit more expensive. It's $399 versus the Apple HomePod, which is $349. Also, you have to decide if you want a Siri or a Google Assistant enabled speaker. So that's another big question. But also the sound quality. The HomePod sounds a little bit better than the Google Home Max, but the Google Home Max has a lot more conversational, smart Google Assistant integration. So you can do a lot more with it. It has voice training, it has calling, a lot more features. So that's something you definitely need to think about. Next question from RJ, at RJ1975. What are your thoughts on waiting on the second generation? So if you're an iOS person and you really want a smart home speaker and you're into the superior sound quality, I wouldn't wait. It took Apple 6 years to come out with the HomePod, and they're basically way behind Amazon and Google already, so I wouldn't hold your breath on a new generation. Honestly, I wouldn't wait. And if you're particularly wondering if some of the new features that are coming out won't be available on this first gen model, you don't really need to worry about that. Stuff like Stereo and AirPlay 2 are going to be released for this first gen HomePod sometime this year. They haven't said exactly when, but that's stuff that will be released through a free software update. So you can expect that a lot of that stuff will, additional features will be rolling out to that too on a free basis without having to wait for a second gen model. Another question we have that is a really, really great question from Mary H. She's at HMS Studentship. Her question is, are you able to create scenes through HomeKit that play music along with other HomeKit tasks? Playing energizing music with good morning, relaxing music with good night, etc. That is a great question. So unfortunately, the short answer is no. Currently, you can't do that with scenes. HomePod is not an accessory in your home app to create smart home automation integrations with that speaker. So you can't have it play energizing music in the morning and relaxing music at night. Apple hasn't confirmed if that's something they will bring, but I really, really hope they do, because that would be great. Mary H had a follow-up question too that was also really good. Is it possible future software updates to this first version of HomePod will include multi-user audio and opportunities for developers to create apps for it? So this is sort of similar to what RJ was asking about waiting for a second gen model or not. I would say that it is definitely possible that future updates will include other features. I can't say for sure if it'll include multi-user audio. And also, I'm not sure if by multi-user audio you mean voice training like Alexa and Google Assistant currently have, because Apple definitely won't commit to an answer on that. Yeah, so if you say that, if you say the wake words to Siri, she won't be able to differentiate between you and your roommate or whoever else you live with, which is definitely a limitation right now. And I can't say if that's going to be brought through a free update anytime in the future. As far as developers creating apps, if you're talking about HomeKit, that's a definite yes. So through iOS 11.3, you will be able to have HomeKit is like a more open platform, so they're trying to do more of the Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant thing, where more developers can come in and create integrations so that it's not so limited, because HomeKit right now has far fewer integrations than their competitors. A final question that was really good is from, from James. James Reberry? Sorry, James. It's at James REB. Okay, here's what he says. Big question. Buy or wait? I think I want to wait. Used to be a me first with Apple stuff, but lately I'm waiting. I even chose an 8 Plus over the X. So this is a really nuanced question with not a great yes or no answer, but if you are an iOS person, if you are sold on HomeKit, if you want superior sound quality, if you're willing to pay $350, because that's a lot, then I would say yes, go ahead and get it. If you are not sold on smart home stuff, if you don't want to spend that much, if you don't really care about the superior sound quality, because again, like the Amazon Echo is $100 and it sounds pretty good. So if you don't really care that much, then I would say definitely not. If you are waiting to see about new features, then again, I would say just hold off if you're not sure and give it a second. But again, I wouldn't be waiting for that second gen model to come out right away, or a less expensive one like Amazon did with the Echo Dot or Google did with the Google Home Mini. So that's just a brief overview of some of the questions you guys are asking about the $349 Apple HomePod that is available starting February 9th, which is today, the day that we're filming this. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at Megan Wollerton, that's WOLLERTON, for any follow-up questions. I'm happy to answer them. Thanks for watching. Right now, it doesn't support voice training or anything like that, so if you say the wake word to Siri, hey Siri, I think she's gonna respond.
I'm having Wi-Fi issues. Look in the Home app associated with this HomePod for more information.
Damn.